The night everything shattered began quietly, the kind of quiet that feels harmless until it isn't. A mother stood alone in a dim hallway, holding a medical report that trembled in her hands, her heart pounding so loud it felt like it might wake the house. One word on that paper burned through her like fire, a word she never imagined would be connected to her fragile, gentle daughter, a word that instantly turned love into terror and questions into knives. Before we go any further, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and standing up for the voiceless, please like this video, share it with someone who believes in humanity, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from today. Emily Carter had always believed that love could protect anything. She had built her life around that belief, especially after her daughter Lily was born with limited mobility and cognitive challenges that made the world overwhelming and, at times, cruel. Emily became Lily's shield, her interpreter, her anchor. Every day was shaped around routines, medications, gentle encouragement, and quiet victories that only a mother could recognize as miracles. Emily's husband, David, had seemed patient and dependable through the years. He worked from home, handled finances, and often told Emily not to worry so much, that Lily was safe, that everything was under control. Emily wanted to believe that, because believing made life survivable. The doctor's confirmation hit Emily like a storm with no warning. Lily was pregnant. The room had spun, the walls had closed in, and Emily had struggled to breathe as 1,000 impossible questions collided inside her mind. Lily barely understood her own body, barely understood the idea of time or consequences, and depended on the adults around her for almost everything. Emily felt guilt crush her chest, guilt for every moment she had trusted, for every hour she had left Lily alone in the house while she worked extra shifts to keep the family afloat. She looked at her daughter sleeping peacefully that night, her face soft and innocent, and felt a fear deeper than anything she had ever known. At first, Emily tried to make sense of it in the only ways that felt possible. She wondered if someone outside the home had hurt Lily, if there had been a moment she had missed, a stranger she had failed to notice. She replayed months of memories like broken film reels, searching for signs, for clues, for anything that would explain the impossible. David's calm presence during those days felt strange, almost rehearsed, but Emily was too consumed by shock to name the discomfort growing inside her. The answer began to take shape the night Emily opened David's computer. She hadn't gone looking for betrayal or horror. She was searching for insurance documents, for something practical to hold onto while her world collapsed. The screen flickered to life, and what she found there was not an explanation but a nightmare. Hidden folders. Disturbing records. A digital trail that told a story Emily could barely comprehend, let alone accept. Her body went cold as the truth revealed itself piece by piece, each detail heavier than the last. The person she had trusted most had been living a secret life built on control, deception, and something unthinkable. Emily felt something inside her break and reform at the same time. Grief turned into fury, and fear transformed into a clarity she had never known. She realized in that moment that her role was no longer just to protect Lily from the world, but to protect her from the man who shared their home. The days that followed were a blur of quiet strength. Emily documented everything, sought help from professionals who understood trauma and vulnerability, and leaned on a small circle of people she trusted completely. Every step was painful, every decision heavy, but Emily moved forward with a resolve sharpened by love. Lily sensed the change even if she couldn't name it. She clung to her mother more tightly, her eyes searching Emily's face for reassurance. Emily responded with patience and tenderness, learning new ways to communicate safety and stability. She promised herself that Lily's story would not be defined by what had been done to her, but by the courage it took to survive and heal. Slowly, the house that once felt suffocating became a place of rebuilding. The silence changed, no longer hiding secrets but offering space to breathe. As the months passed, Emily discovered a strength she didn't know she possessed. She faced courtrooms, counseling sessions, and long nights filled with fear, but she never turned away. Lily's pregnancy became not just a reminder of trauma, but a symbol of Emily's unwavering commitment to protect her child at all costs. With the support of professionals and a community that chose compassion over judgment, Emily began to see a future again, one shaped by honesty and healing instead of lies. The journey was not easy, and it was never quick. There were setbacks, moments of doubt, and waves of anger that came without warning. But there were also small victories. Lily smiled more. Emily slept a little better. Hope returned in fragments, then in fuller shapes. Emily learned that love is not just about sheltering someone from pain, but about standing beside them when pain becomes part of their story and refusing to let it have the final word. If this story touched your heart, if it made you feel something deep and human, please take a moment to like this video, share it, and let your support be felt. Stories like these matter because they remind us that courage often begins in silence and grows through action. And before this story ends, please tell us in the comments what part stayed with you the most, because your voice might help someone else feel less alone. Emily's life would never return to what it once was, but it became something stronger, something truer. She learned that even when trust is shattered beyond recognition, love can still rise from the ruins and build something new. And in choosing to protect her daughter, Emily found her own freedom, proving that even after the unthinkable, healing is possible, and light can still find its way into the darkest places.